What's going on, y'all? I got about 3 hours left on this drive, and all eyes are going to be on the screen, of course. But this is Dr. Isang, and my Christmas week got ruined. And ruined because it was my fault, but at the end of the day, the most important thing as a physician is to make sure that your patients are well taken care of. And I had a few patients that couldn't wait and had to be seen promptly. I tried to change it, but the way my schedule is, your boy's getting pretty popular, not popular, full, to the point that sometimes it's anywhere from 2 to 3 months. People have to wait. So I opened up this day originally on tomorrow morning to see a few patients. I think I have about 5, now 6 patients to see, which is not a lot, but kind of removes you from your holiday season, spending time with my children and in-laws in Georgia, but now I had to come home a little bit early, a few days early, to be able to see those patients tomorrow and make sure that they're well taken care of. More than likely, some of them could have waited. One of them really couldn't have waited, but do what you can to take care of your patients. And I think, when it comes to being a physician, being a doctor, your work doesn't really stop in a hospital or stop in the office. It's I think one of the things I used to say is your work doesn't change, your work doesn't stop, the environment just changes. A lot of times physicians are doing their jobs at work, and then they try to see as much paperwork, try to see as many patients as possible, only to be left with the same amount of time they were spent seeing patients. Down there doing office work, down there doing paperwork, they're charting and making sure that nothing is being missed. A lot of times, not just seeing patients, we have to request for records, and those records come in, and sometimes they don't come in at the time that we want to. So we have to utilize the time at home to be able to make sure that things are well controlled. Risk factors, especially in the world of cardiology, those risk factors are being well controlled. One of the ones that I'm seeing that I have to debate on whether I should treat or wait is cholesterol. A lot of times I'll try to get a cholesterol panel done, but a lot of the patients have already had it done by their primary medical provider, and it doesn't make any sense if they just got it done recently to really get another one. We should get the records, and sometimes those records can take a day, sometimes it could be a month. Some of the issues is if I don't get it promptly, I'll forget, and then I'll get a lab sheet. I'm like, why am I getting these labs? It just makes the process a little bit more tedious to have to go back and look and kind of remind yourself why you needed these labs, what you were looking for specifically, and it just extends that process. And you imagine if you have this for a good percentage of your patients, man, that can end up being hours and hours of paperwork at home, because you can't really stop and check labs while you're seeing patients, especially when you're seeing anywhere from 17 to 20 patients on a daily basis. So, that process can be long and tedious, and it's the part of medicine that no one really talks about enough. They don't talk about the life outside of the workplace and how it continues. But it also depends on your field. It depends on what part of medicine you're training and what type of doctor you are. That's one of the reasons why, in my opinion, people love the aspect of shift work, such as ER medicine, where you go in and you do your shift and you're done. Once you go home, you have no responsibilities. That's one of the main reasons why hospital medicine was created, and why a lot of my colleagues, my friends, love being hospitalists, because they go in, they do 7 days, and then they are done for 7 days. I've even seen there was one that really, he had a really good job. It was almost the perfect retirement job. He was older in age. He worked 5 days on, and then 9 days off. So he ended up working 10 shifts a month, but he would just work weekdays. So he would work Monday to Friday and then be off Saturday, Sunday, and the following Monday to Sunday, and then come back the following week. Perfect job for him. Something that all of us should think about, especially in the medical field. If you're approaching that time that you want to slow down and maybe not retire, should you consider doing something like that? And if not, should something like locums be? I mean, there's so many different options. I think when it comes to being a physician or working in the medical field, like, you have options if you are willing to travel, if you're willing to move, as a caveat. And if you're not, you still probably have options within your city or a city right next to it, which would be a few minutes drive away. I have a lot of my colleagues who were doing locums and still living in the same house they wanted to and have the same benefits that they were seeking, and are a lot happier and understanding and knowing that they don't have certain responsibilities that comes with being a full-time job, W-2, versus a 1099. So yeah, man, I'm just heading back home now to get ready for seeing my patients in the morning. I worked out Monday, Tuesday, didn't work out yesterday. Ate more than I should have, but I think the most important thing is understanding that perfection is your biggest enemy, and being consistent is good. Trying to be perfect is unrealistic. So I'm gonna go home and have a good workout. Have a good workout for the next few days, and then just continue to be consistent with my nutrition and my exercise and stress management. One of the things I've been trying to do is get better sleep, and my Apple Watch is pretty good. And I like it when it congratulates me on getting my 7 hours of sleep. It hasn't done that in a while, which kind of shows the importance of sleep. Unfortunately, I did not have good sleep because I didn't have my bed. I don't want to say that I'm picky when it comes to my bed, but as someone who's had significant back pain, having a good bed is the best thing that you can, is the best investment that you can have. And we have a really good bed. I can't remember if it's a Sleep Number or a Tempur-Pedic. I want to say it's a Tempur-Pedic bed. But ever since I've used that bed in certain maneuvers, I've kind of avoided having back pain. And that's my my pin comment of the day. If anyone who suffers from low back pain for most of their life and they've finally found relief, what have you done to help with that relief? For me, there's a couple of stretches such as the Superman and lower back exercises, but also the Tempur-Pedic bed and being able to lay on my back has helped significantly. But if you guys have had any success in improving your back pain, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to head home and going to work out. Since I know I'm going to have a little bit more time, I'm probably going to be getting anywhere from a 45 minutes to an hour workout, which I'm pretty excited about. Probably going to do 15 minutes on the bicycle and then a 45-minute full body workout, and then get ready for patients. After that workout, of course, I still have a few notes to write, and I anticipate I'm probably going to have 15 to 30 things to reply to, whether that's charts or labs to sign off on. So it's going to be a pretty productive night for me and morning too. I'm debating for the morning, do I want to go work out prior to, or do I want to work out afterwards? Heck, I may work out before and after, but I try to be productive with the time that I have, and also set up any things that we want for our kids when they come when they come back on Sunday, to get them ready for home, because my kids are wild. But I'm excited. We have a few leftover Christmas presents that we wanted to wait to give to them while they're home. So, man, this is just me, just talking about what I have upcoming, my day, my life as a cardiologist, but also as a husband and a father. Some of the issues that we have when it comes to our schedules and how we're always on. But the most beautiful thing is the stress is there, but I'm so thankful for being able to call myself a doctor, but more importantly, a cardiologist. And yeah, in my next video, I'll kind of talk about my story of how I became a cardiologist and what prompted me to become a doctor. So that's the one that I'm excited about because it's just going to be boom. This is how I became a cardiologist. Well, boom. This is why I became a cardiologist. So if you guys have any questions or you guys have any questions about that video, what you want me to put into that video, let me know in the comments before I post it. But you got about 24 to 48 hours to let me know in the comments. All right, it's Dr. Isang checking out. So I'm about an hour and a half away from home. Pit stop to to clear my bladder, but I felt compelled to just leave one more message, and it's about not giving up. Even though talking about the life and the stressors and the things that I deal with as a cardiologist, but also as a husband, as a father, as a son, and the time management that I have to try to make everything work, the demands that all of that brings. It's about not giving up. Man, there's been so many times that if I would have stopped what I was doing, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And that itself is, how I became a cardiologist. I didn't get into fellowship training, the training to become a cardiologist on my first 2 attempts. And it wasn't until I realized, or my wife surprised me, letting us know that we were expecting our first child. And I basically told myself, what would I mean, like, can I tell myself that I did all I could do, just, applying and being rejected 2 times, go for it one more time and, see what happens. If it doesn't happen and I remain a hospitalist, you know what? I gave everything that I could give, and, the blessing that came with that was not becoming a cardiologist. The blessing that came with that was becoming a father to an amazing son. And now we've been blessed with not now, but we are blessed. We were blessed with a second child, and our family is full. My heart is full, but a lot of it came from not giving up. And that same thing comes to how I became a doctor itself. I didn't get into medical school in the U.S., and till this day, I always thank my cousin. She ain't my real cousin. She's a family friend, but the closest thing that I have to a cousin in the United States. I always thank her because she's the reason why I became a doctor. And not just why, but how I became a doctor, because I can still see myself in studying at ETSU. We had like this 24-hour library or study hall section next to the library. And I remember calling her, or you know what, it wasn't even calling her. It was either Skype or instant messaging. And that's how old I am. But I think it was Skype. I remember Skyping her. And I don't remember what the conversations all was, but I remember she was doing one of her, I think it was a surgical or internal medicine rotation in Brooklyn, New York. And I asked her one question. She was in her 3rd year, and I asked her, was it worth it? And she said, absolutely. And I want to say, like, almost instantly that following week, this is after me not getting into medical school in the U.S., I sent in the application for Ross University, and I mean, that's one of the biggest blessings of my life, because it wasn't just the opportunity to become a doctor, it was an opportunity to meet who would become my wife. So I thank my cousin for giving me that advice and motivating me to not give up and pursue becoming a doctor overseas. So it's I believe I created this quote, and I probably need to trademark or do whatever, because this is my quote, but it's always no does not mean never. Just meaning that a lot of times you're gonna meet struggles. You're gonna have struggles. I think social media downplays this too much, where we see just people's successes and they don't ever talk about their struggles. People like Oprah went through it. People like J.K. Rowling went through it. A lot of people have gone through it. I mean, there are so many famous. There's one photographer. She's like a photographer, videographer, cinema, whatever. But she didn't get like famous until her 40s. she spent all her 20s, 30s just failures, but it wasn't really failures. It was just a stepping stone to her success. So, whatever you want to be in life, if you haven't gotten into it, like, do not give up on it. Keep going after it. No does not mean never. I hope you guys finding the benefit for that. And if whatever you guys are going through, like, let me know. Like, put it in the comments. Like, let's help each other out. Like, let's use the comments as a way of networking too. If you have knowledge for something that someone else is struggling with, like, let that be the opportunity to be able to be a blessing to somebody else, because what it's free. It's free. The time that you spend to watch this video, you can make a comment, you can help somebody else who's been struggling with something. But no does not mean never. This is Dr. Isang. This is Emmanuel Isang, just letting you know that no doesn't mean never. Keep going after it. The life, no matter what you are, is going to have its struggles. Time, communication, and your health is going to be the most important things that you need to focus on each and every day.